so did we, right? So did our products, so did our store, so did pretty much everything that we were doing. And this is one of our stores, actually. I'm just kind of looking at it. So in the last 12 years, 12 months, it's done about 829,000. Today, it's done about 1,285,000. $1,285, not 1,285,000. So, 830, almost 830 in the last 12 months. And, we still sell on Amazon, right? But things have shifted, things have changed. And so today we're going to share with you guys how the world has changed, the world of Amazon has changed. But before I get into that, I just first want to say I appreciate you guys for being here because obviously there is so much going on out there. There is Thanksgiving, there is Cyber Monday, there's all this stuff. It's Monday afternoon, evening, depending on where you are in the world, and you chose to be here in this room. What that tells me is something very important about who you are. It tells me that you are very serious about your financial future. You are very serious about making 2026 your best year. You are very serious about changing how things happen in your life. How many here want 2026 to be your best year yet? Drop me in the chat if you're like, I want 2026 to be my best year yet. I know I do as well, right? And the fact that you are here actually puts you in a position to have 2026 be your best year. So I want you to do me a quick favor, and I want you all to grab your left hand real quick, put it on your top right shoulder, and I want you to pat yourself on the back because you, my friend, are special, because you made it here, because you are committed, you are serious, and you, I know, you will make 2026 your best year yet. Okay? Now, I ask you for a couple things. I want you to, number one, commit the next minimum 60 minutes to this presentation, preferably the next 90 minutes, because we have some slides that we're going to share with you, and then I want to answer all of your questions. So we're going to be here for as long as we need to. I've got the rest of the night blocked. It's 5 p.m. here in Miami. I've got the rest of the night blocked. My wife knows not to bother me for at least 3-4 hours, so I'm going to be here for as long as you guys are here. This presentation is scheduled for 90 minutes, but you know what? Last time we did a presentation like this, a couple of months back, we were on for 4 hours. So I'll be here as long as you guys are here. As long as you're asking questions, as long as you're engaging with me, I'll be here for you guys, okay? All I ask is that you take notes, you take this seriously, you go in a quiet area if at all possible. If you're at work, I completely understand. But also be positive. I'm seeing a bunch of you guys engaging in the chat. That's awesome. Continue engaging in the chat. Continue being positive. And if we see anyone negative, please kick them out or tell someone from our team to kick them out, okay? I'm going to ask you guys to engage with me in the chat. Please do that because the more engaged we are, the better we learn. Is that good? Can I get your agreement? Can I get your commitment to do that at least for the next 60 to 90 minutes? Drop a yes in the chat if I can get your commitment to do that for at least the next 60 to 90 minutes. Okay, perfect. Getting a bunch of yeses. Awesome. Well, look, I am going to share my screen right now and walk you guys through a short presentation that I have put for you guys. Okay? I'm going to walk through a short presentation that I have put for you guys. Is that okay? Is that okay if I do that? Is that okay if I do that? Drop a yes in the chat if that's okay if I could do that. Okay, perfect. All right. So let's pull it up and let's get this party started, shall we? All right. Who can see my presentation? If you guys can see this very first slide that says how AI Amazon sellers make 100K online 65% faster than non-AI assisted sellers. If you can see that, drop a yes in the chat. If you can see that, drop a yes in the chat. I just want to make sure you guys can see it. Okay, seeing a bunch of yeses. Perfect. Perfect. Well, look, guys, today I will show you how AI Amazon sellers make $100,000 online 65% faster than non-AI Amazon sellers. Does that sound exciting to you? Does that sound like something you want to learn about? Does making 100,000, regardless how you make it, making $100,000 65% faster, does that interest you at all? If that interests you at all, drop 65 in the chat. If that interests you at all, drop 65 in the chat. Okay? So, before we get started with today's presentation, I want to ask you a quick question. And my question to you is, and drop a yes in the chat if you agree with this, is your once cushiony 9 to 5 feeling more uncertain than ever? You had a 9 to 5 and it was cushiony for a while, and then now it's kind of feeling a little uncertain. AI is scaring you. Am I going to be next? They're cutting this, they're cutting labor, they're cutting that. You're kind of on edge. Does it feel uncertain? One, do you want to finally become your own boss and have the freedom to work from anywhere you want at any time? You're like, man, I want to be able to pick up my laptop and then travel anywhere and be able to just work from anywhere. And I want to be able to call the shots. I want to create my own schedule. Does that sound like you? Does that sound like something you want to do? Drop a yes in the chat if that does sound like you. Okay. Are you an investor who wants to add another income vehicle into your portfolio and diversify your risk? Maybe you've got some stocks, maybe you've got some bonds, maybe you've got some real estate, maybe you've got some crypto, but you want to add another income vehicle so that way you can diversify your portfolio. Is that you? Drop a yes in the chat if that's you. Well, here's the thing. If you answered yes to any of those questions, then my friend, this is your chance to make it happen because it has never been easier to make it happen than any other moment in time. And I'm going to show you today how you can become a certified AI Amazon seller and launch a profitable product in the next 12 weeks. We're not talking about 2 months, we're not talking about 6 months from now. We're not talking about the end of next year. We're talking about by the end of January, end of February, you, my friend, can have your very first profitable product launched and generating you money. When I first started my journey, my entrepreneurial journey, it cost me $100,000 and over a year and a half for me to make a profit, where you could do that in the next 12 weeks. Okay? Even if you've never sold anything online before or have any technical experience. If you're like, man, but I'm not techie, I'm not this, don't worry because we got you. All right? Now, how can I say this stuff? Well, because over the last 6.5 years, we have been helping people from 47 countries, 55 cities, and 6 continents do just that. Generate their first $1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and even $1 million. How many here of our students see your faces on screen? Those of you that don't see your face, I do apologize. I promise I'll add you guys. But how many here see your face? If you do, drop a yes in the chat. Drop me in the chat. Drop me in the chat if you see your face on here. Okay, so Hind. All right. Holhos Kozmi. Oh man, I'm butchering that name. Sorry about that. How many of you guys? Okay, so seeing a few of you guys here with that are dropping yeses and saying yes. There you go. Love it. That's awesome. Well, listen, you are in the right place if you, my friend, are a 9-to-5er and wants to add a second income stream or fully transition out of your current career. You're also in the right place if you are an investor who wants to add another income vehicle into your portfolio and build something scalable and exitable. Now, here's what we're going to cover today, okay? We're going to cover how combining the biggest technological advancement, AI, with the biggest online platform, Amazon, can generate you more money than any online opportunity out there. How you don't have to be techie or know code to start making money online. How to find profitable products in minutes. We're going to actually do product research with you guys today. And we might actually find a product or two that you guys can all take and go launch if you want on your own. How AI-assisted sellers reach $100,000 65% faster than non-AI sellers, and how to leverage automated systems to launch and scale your online business. Does that sound exciting? If that sounds exciting, drop a yes in the chat. If you're like, hell yeah, man, I like the sound of that. Drop a yes in the chat. All right. Now, if you stay until the end, I've got some gifts for you. Okay? If you stay until the end, I've got some gifts for you. The very first one is we're going to send you a list of 101 products not to sell on Amazon. How many here agree that sometimes it's not about what you know to do that gets you to success, but what you know not to do actually gets you to success, right? And that's what we're going to do for you. The second thing is we're going to give you a free course on how to make your first dollar within 30 days. So we're going to give you a free course where if you start this course now, for free, 30 days from now, you can actually make your first dollar. And this is a brand new course that we're actually just launching. It's actually just going live literally as we speak right now. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, we will answer all of your questions. All right. We will answer all of your questions. So look, to understand how we ended up here, we have to kind of go back in time and understand how we started. Okay. To understand how we got here, we have to go back in time and understand where we started. So about 10 years ago, about 10 and a half years ago, actually, April 28th, well, yeah, about 10, 12 years ago, I used to own and operate a restaurant in San Diego, California. How many here have been to San Diego or lived in San Diego? Drop me in the chat. Well, here's the thing. I lived there for 14 years of my life, and I owned and operated this restaurant for about 2.5 years. And fortunately, on April 28, 2015, after having left the place for about 5 minutes, it was around 5 p.m. In the afternoon, I got a call from my bartender who said, "Hey, boss, the kitchen's on fire. You better come back." By the time I got back, there was half a dozen fire engines outside. My kitchen was torn apart, and the fire department would not let me inside of my restaurant. Now, I had been operating it for about 2.5 years. I was working about 120 hours per week. But the bad thing is that I had no insurance to cover the damages. So not only did I lose everything that I put into the place, I had another 3 years left on my lease. It was about $5,000 a month. My landlord sued me for all the remaining balance because, I left him a building that was torn apart, and I had no insurance to cover it. So he had to come out of pocket. So he sued me for everything, and I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in the process. Came out of it with $150,000 in debt. But you see, at the time, I was only 25 years old, and I thought to myself, I'm not going to allow a experience like this, an event like this, define my future. And about 6 months prior, I had met someone who felt special. I met someone who I felt like I could see myself ending up with this person. And that's when I reunited with a high school friend who told me that he works from home. This is 2015. Up until then, about 10 years prior, I had been in restaurants, retail, all that kind of stuff. Never did anything from home, right? Never did anything online. He said he works from home. Did not understand what he was talking about. I went to YouTube and I started searching on how to make money online. This is right there. It's the laptop. Actually, you know what? I'm going to see if I can pull it up for you guys. Here's that laptop right there. Do you see that laptop right there? It's right here. This is it right over here. I don't know if you guys hear it. Let me unshare my screen and just show you guys. So that's that laptop right there. I still have it. It's right here. And I only keep it here just to remind myself of where I started. It's heavy shit. It's very heavy. But that's how I started. Okay. I started with that laptop trying to learn how to make money online. And on the right side, that's a picture of my girlfriend at the time, not my wife. After I figured that I can flip products to sell online, we would go to stores like TJ Maxx, Home Goods, all these stores, and we would scan products and then try to flip them online. Well, one time, it was December of 2015, I found a product that I could buy for like 12 bucks or 18 bucks or something like that and flip it for $42 on Amazon. Now, I didn't make all the delta. I made about 10, 12 bucks in profit. But I remember until this day, the very first time that I woke up in the morning and I looked at my Amazon app and I had made $42, $42.99 with about a $10 or $11 profit. And let me tell you, my life changed because thinking about that, I was like, well, shit. In order for me to make $10 at my restaurant, I had to go buy the food, prep the food, serve the customer, clean after the customer for me to make that sale, to make that profit. Where here, I bought a product, listed it online, some random person that I don't know bought it, and I made a profit. And that's when my life transformed. And I thought to myself, can I do that twice a day, 5 times a day, 10 times a day, 100 times a day? Fast forward 4 years later, I was able to retire my parents. I was able to marry the love of my life. I was able to clear my debt and live life on my own terms. This is, just kind of some stuff that we've done over the last 4 years. But you see, it's not just about me because as I started kind of doing this, as I started figuring this out, people started hearing about me, especially after having lost everything and then just kind of been kicked out to the curb. People started reaching out to me and asking, "Hey, bro, what is it that you're doing? We see that you were struggling before, but now you're doing well. What are you doing?" And I started showing people what I was doing. Specifically, this guy named Zach Brown reached out to me and he said, "Hey, dude, 22-year-old kid from South Carolina. All he wanted to do was get into tournaments for dirt biking across the world, across the country. But he couldn't do it because he was working a 9 to 5, working 12 to 14 hours a day. If he quits his 9 to 5, he wouldn't have the money to go pursue his dreams. Okay? And to pursue his dreams, he needs the 9 to 5 to make the money. But when he's working, he's got the money, doesn't have the time. When he has the time, he doesn't have the money. and he was stuck in the cycle. Does that sound familiar? Drop yes in the chat if that sounds familiar to some of you. Well, this is where he reached out and said, "Hey, bro, teach me what you're doing." I started teaching him. About 6, 7, 8 months later, he was able to build a business that was generating about $100,000 per month, which allowed him to quit the job, pursue his dreams. And that's when I realized that it wasn't just about me, not just about Zach Brown, but I've got something bigger that a lot more people can actually use. And that's when BJK University was founded. This was about January, February of 2019 when I founded BJK University, which has a mission to impact 1 million lives by 2030 through empowering families with skills they can turn into income. And when I first started, I followed this system. It was called Amazon FBA. I would go to Amazon, I would find, and I would write this down, by the way. I would go to Amazon and I would find in-demand products. And Amazon at the time had about 300 million in-demand products. How many here shop on Amazon like once a month? Drop a yes in the chat. How many here shop on Amazon once a week? How many here shop on Amazon once a day? Drop yes, yes in the chat if you shop on Amazon once a day. I know that's my wife, right? Hundreds of millions of products on Amazon exist with people go there with a card in hand wanting to buy. So I find a profitable product, then I go and find a manufacturer that can create that product for me. I create my own version of the product. So let's say this is a bottled water. I create my own version of this product. My manufacturer directly ships their product from their warehouse to a warehouse near me, an Amazon warehouse near me, where I don't need to store the product. I don't need to do anything really. I don't need to touch the product physically. Then when I create a listing on Amazon and someone buys my product, Amazon packs the product, ships it to my customer, and even does customer service for me. Never, at this point, we're selling thousands of units every single month. I have 0 boxes in my house. Well, that's not true. I have like 10 boxes every week. That's all the stuff my wife orders from Amazon. But none of it, none of it is ours, is the stuff that we're selling, right? That's how I did Amazon for the longest time. But then something happened. And right around 2020 is when the world completely changed. How many remember when COVID happened? How many remember how your life completely just turned on its head, right? And COVID happened and it literally changed everything for us. Okay. How many remember the craziness about toilet paper? What was that about? How many here were some of the crazies that were standing in line buying toilet paper? My wife and I were some of the crazies. Until this day, like I have no idea why we did it. Why did we do it? Don't know. No clue. But we did, right? And then the federal government started printing trillions of dollars and inflation went up the roof. All the prices went up, all the craziness happened. And then there was a trade war between America and China. And what used to take our products to arrive overseas to our warehouses here, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, now it was taking months and it was costing like 10 times more. And then military wars broke around the world, literally about half a dozen of them across the world. And then AI was introduced and ChatGPT was introduced. And that's when everything changed. And then big companies started adopting AI. And that's when everyone completely changed. And that's when I realized, holy shit, what I did 10 years ago, what I knew how to do isn't working anymore. It's not generating the same result that I knew how to generate. What the hell do I do? And that's when I felt like I was losing it. But then Hind came to me. And Hind came to me with an idea that will later revolutionize how we do Amazon, that will later revolutionize everything that I was doing. And she said, Bashar, you've got a process that finds products. Up until now, what we are realizing is that Amazon has hundreds of millions of products. And at this point, when I first started, there was only about 300 million products. Today, there's over 500 million in-demand products. People go with a credit card ready in hand to buy. How many here? The very first time that you think of buying something, you go to Amazon. Drop a yes in the chat if that's you. I know that's me. I know that's my wife. We literally shop on Amazon every single freaking day, right? She said, if we combine AI with the same system that we did 5 years ago, we can create something that is revolutionary, that will change how we do everything. And in fact, it's 10 times better than what we did in the past. And that, my friends, we call the AI Amazon seller. We call that the AI Amazon seller. So you're probably like, okay, AI, cool, cool mustache, bro. What's up with the hands? But you just kind of passed by this lady that you just mentioned. Who the hell is Hind? Well, Hind is a wife and mother of two. She's previously a hotel manager and corporate employee. Okay. She joined BJK University back in 2019 when we first founded the company. And her goal was she wanted to quit her job so that way she can spend more time with her family because she was always busy at work. She would come back at 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Her kids would be going to sleep. She did not have time to spend with her kids. How many here are in that position or maybe know someone in that position? Okay. Now, here's the thing. She wanted to start an online business, but she had limited funds and she was scared to use her own money. So what she did was she leveraged other people's money to launch her business. And I'll let her talk more about that. To date, Hint has generated over $6 million in her Amazon business. And right now she leads our Amazon Student Success Department. So without any further ado, what I'd like to do now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to bring up Hind to talk a little bit more about herself, tell us who she is, and she's got some cool things that she wants to teach you guys today. But Hind, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, hello everyone. I noticed many people here that I know, and so welcome everyone, and thank you so much, Bashar, for the introduction. That was so amazing. And actually, when you were talking, it's reminding me of the COVID. It's reminding me of the, all that time and the craziness and the toilet paper. Yes, I was running over from one store to one store looking for toilet paper. But there we go. I'm Hind. As Bashar mentioned, I'm a mom of two. I work as a general manager for a hotel. Back in, I started that in 2013, and it was such a great experience until I have my kids. My kids, they started growing, many activities. I have my first one around that time in 2018. My son was like around probably 12, and I need to spend time with him. He's playing games. My daughter, she was two. He's playing game suckers, and I missed a couple of games, and it was a heartbreaking. And I did not go to a lot of events. I missed some birthdays, and every time we traveled, I received some calls that distracted my vacation. I cannot go vacation more than 4 days or 1 week because it's only one GM and one assistant. So it was a little bit of challenge, and I started looking, what can I do? I really want to enjoy my kids while I still need money. I'm looking for financial, a check that can come every month. And I started looking online, looking for a job, anything virtual, until I found VGKU. And it wasn't easy. The process was like, it took me a little bit of time to join. It took me a little bit of time to even launch a product. I think it took me like around 8 months. Was like, I have to be familiar. I need to trust the system. I need to see if this is a scam, if it is real. So it took me a little bit of time. So I have been there. I'm one of you that I started from the bottom, that I really, I was going through some challenges, and I was working. I have a family, obligation. Then I have to focus, and I have to do some. So to read the course and find a product, do differentiation, do everything. So this is why when right now I hear a lot of people, they are saying, when they are talking about Amazon, and today here I'm going to share some tricks about why Amazon is still a good business. And I will share my screen if you don't mind. I'm going to share my screen. Who's here ready for what I am going to share with you today? Drop some yeses in the chat. Yeses in the chat. So I'm going to share with you, in order to be successful in Amazon 2026, what you need to do. I'm going to share 3 secrets with everybody here in this room. Secret number 1, that Amazon isn't dead. A lot of people, they say, well, Amazon, it's over. You need to find another source of income. However, I will say this is a wrong belief. It's not true. The old way of doing Amazon, what Bashar was talking about right now, yes, that's an old way. When I started in 2019, finding a product, launching it online, and just make some guesses and cross the fingers and see it will work or not going to work, and that's it. Yes, that's not anymore the case. A lot of people, they have done it that way, but it's not anymore. However, we know that Amazon moving over 1.6 billion a day of sales, and that's proving that Amazon's still a good place to launch our business. It can be competitive, however, it's not that. So who will win in 2026? The people will win who have some data-driven sellers. The one that they choose the product, they analyze it, they use AI, they check those niches, and they cover very, very high demand and low competition product. Those are the people who will win in 2026. Many AI assisted sellers reach out to 100K in revenue, 65% faster than non AI. And that's telling us, this is not me who say that, these are studies showing that people who use or apply AI in their businesses, even lead generation, they use it in marketing or personalization or anything in their business, they put and they leverage AI, they were able to grow their businesses faster, and they were able to reach revenue and a very nice milestone in their businesses faster than the old way. So that was secret one. Demand is there, competition, yes. However, we can always avoid that if we are doing the right tools, if we are doing the right things, and we use systems and we use our AI.
And this is by the way, how many here like what Hen just shared about how the old way is dead, but that doesn't mean Amazon is dead.
Yes.
And how many here were surprised by the fact that AI or that Amazon moves over $1.6 billion? I mean, how crazy is that? $1.6 billion a day in sales? That's insane. I didn't even know that, right? But Hind, you're saying that AI sellers or AI assisted sellers are able to generate, um, or like move, create money faster and make money faster, and they're able to find products faster and do this business faster. What is the, like, can you show us what that even looks like in practice? Is that possible?
Sure, I'm going to share with you what we are doing right now. When we are finding products, we usually use helium 10. Many people that work with us know about helium 10. Drop some yeses. Whoever used helium 10 before, drop some yeses in the chat showing that you are familiar with helium 10. Other people, they are not. So here at BGKU, we have specific criteria that we are using. So when you go and sign up for helium 10, these tools, they are giving you, they will help you find the product that have demand and low competition. We have a couple of filters that we use. I'm going to use a search volume. This is 5,000 search volume. I'm looking for a keyword that has a minimum of 5,000 search volume. And I'm saying to this system, I need this keyword, which is a product, 10,000, that's making at least $10,000 a month. I'm looking for a price between 25 to 89, and I'm looking for a product that has below 300 reviews. The 300 reviews validate demand, validate that the competition, it's still not there yet. So if I launch today, I can still make it to the top. And then the categories, I'm going to choose, you have many categories to choose from. However, I'm going to choose home and kitchen and dining. We don't want to have any gated categories, especially when we start. Then after that, I'm going to put, because it's Christmas, you have a way to filter the keyword and the product that you receive. So I'm going to filter Christmas, bow, advance, all the stuff for Christmas. I don't want to see them. They are seasonal, and we don't want to launch a seasonal product. Then after that, I will click search. I have 72 potential products that I have here. So this is the one.
Sorry, just something that I want to point out to everyone here. Remember what we said earlier. So I saw people asking about, what is helium-10 and what are we doing? So this is a product research tool that we currently leverage to find products. Remember what I said earlier? There's over 500 million products on Amazon. So obviously this is good, but it's also bad. It's good because that means there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of things that you can sell on Amazon. It's bad because it's like, well, what the hell do I sell? there's 500 million products. How do I do that? And if you scroll to the top, Hind, what Hind just said was earlier, she said, we have a product research criteria. So at BJK University, we have created, developed, and also iterated over the last 10 years a 15 item checklist of different things that we look for in a product that makes it the perfect product. And some of the most important things is search volume. Exactly like Nathan said, the 15 commandments. Hind, why is search volume 5,000 minimum important? And why did you not put, like, say, a max? And can we go higher than 5,000?
Yes, so 5,000, it's giving me that demand is there. So basically what I learned, and it took me a year to learn, when we want to sell products in Amazon, you are not selling product, but you're selling keyword. What people are typing on that search bar, that's what we are selling. So we need to find a really good, solid search term that have at least 5,000 people a month looking for that product. And that's validation for demand.
And
This
in
is what
other words, so in other words, what Hind is saying is there is at least 5,000 people typing this keyword. So let's say water bottles. Okay, there's at least 5,000 people going to Amazon.com and typing water bottle per month, which says that, okay, there is enough demand for this product, right? You don't want to go lower because, you're not going to have enough people. But then also you don't want to go higher than 20,000 because if you do, then that product becomes very competitive and you're going to be playing with people that have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands when they're launching their product. And it just won't, as a beginner, it just won't be a good product to start with. Isn't that correct, Ted?
it is correct. This is perfect.
Awesome. And then
I
if you,
added here 20,000 for like you need a keyword between 5,000 to 20,000 search value.
yep, exactly. Now, why stay at 10,000 minimum for the revenue? I mean, like, do you put a max or what does that look like?
Well, these filters are really what I love. The magic about them that you anytime you make changes, you will see different product, and this is why it's great.
Yeah.
So I am looking for a product that at least if I'm putting effort and I'm launching it and I'm doing all of that, at least I can make $10,000 a month. So I'm looking for a product just started and it has demand. And I'm saying to the system about the reviews again, they have a maximum of 300 reviews. That means it's a new listing. It's not an old listing. And they were able to make $10,000.
Yep. And the reason why she's putting a max of 300 reviews or 299 is because when you're first starting out, you don't want to compete against, big boys that have thousands of reviews. Like what you don't want to do is you don't want to compete against someone like Hind, for example, right? You want to compete in a niche that is not very competitive, so that way you can make it to the top of the pages, so that way your product can get what's it called? And based on this criteria, now there are 66 products that we can look through and we can pick at least how many here agree? Drop a yes in the chat if you agree that out of 66, you can at least find one product that matches the criteria that you can launch pretty easily, right? But what we did right now, we went from hundreds of millions down to 66, and out of 66, we'll choose one or two to launch and start our business. Awesome. How many found value in this? If you did, drop a yes in the chat. Great. Thank you, Hind. Thank you very much for sharing. I know you had some other stuff to share with us, but thank you for sharing this.
All right. So I'm going to continue with secret number 2.
Let's go.
And that will be slideshow. So secret number 2, a lot of people, even here in this room, or they are trying to join, or they're thinking about Amazon, they think that they need experience. However, we need systems. So you don't need to have a great, experience in Amazon or a business experience, or you don't need to be a tech savvy in order to sell in Amazon. You just need to leverage what we have, systems and tools. And I remember one thing when we joined, we always say we don't want to invent the wheel. We just want to improve it. All right. So second thing, what I will share about Amazon, and Bashar shared this one. When you sell in Amazon, they are handling, I will say, 50% of operation. We send the product to them directly. They upload the truck, they put it on their shelves, they store the product for us, they open it. When we have a sales, they take that product, they ship it to customer. And then if there is any problem or anything, they will handle customer service. So Amazon handling 50% of operation. So this is really important because that's one of the biggest things that what I like about Amazon FBA. I don't need to carry a box. I was selling in Amazon for over 3 years before I see a box coming to my home when I remove some inventory and I put it on my storage room. And I saw the difference between carrying all these boxes and going through all these boxes. So it's really carrying a huge side of our operations. And so I will say the second half that was really not there is AI tools that they can help us with the technical parts. So what's happened, it's what took us months now can take us one click. As you see right now, and a lot of people posted some questions in the chat, we use Helium 10. So yes, we had Amazon doing the operation for us, and we use Helium 10 to find products. However, from my experience and having many students, over 6,000 students that we have in the community, and doing a lot of one-on-ones when I do some VIP, when we have VIP student or accelerator that we do one-on-ones with them, I noticed that many people that even with the tools, even with all the stuff that they are challenged, either they are mom, they are working 9 to 5, they are really very busy people that they can, or they need time to manage that Helium 10 and understand it very well so they can use it perfectly. So whatever, sorry, my presentation is acting weird. If you can help out, please, with admitting people. So from month to minute, whatever used to take us a lot of months, now it's taking us some minutes. And this is when we use AI. AI will help us with doing product research. AI will help with product differentiation, listing, profit calculator. All of that right now, you can do it with one click. While all sellers, they use that. AI removes 90% of the technical barrier. So we used to have to require teams to grow our businesses. We don't need to do that. Our competitors, they spent years of learning and experience, and they build these listings. We don't need to have that. 73% of successful sellers now start with zero e-commerce experience. So people scales to $10,000 in 14 months before, now takes them just 4 months to do that $10,000 with AI. So right now we have a really great advantage, and I'm going to share my screen. Any questions, Bakhtar, before?
No, go ahead, please. Go ahead and share. Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to share a case study, and that's what we used to do before and what we can do right now. So I'm going to share this product. This is an old product, please, guys, do not launch it. It's a saturated product, not anymore the case. I launched this product back in 2022. Around that time was a really good product. But it took me a lot of time to analyze this product. I have to go through the competitors. I have to check the pictures. I have to check the listings. I need to check every single reviews from each one of them, take the good things about reviews, what's people, this is exactly what I have to do. Go exactly to each review and see what people say good about the products, what they say bad, and take those notes. So I need to improve the products. I go to 1-star reviews, I go to 2-star reviews, I go to 5-star reviews, and I have to read these notes, and I have to see what people are complaining about and come up with something different. I need to fix the issue. Right now with AI, this stuff used to take me months in order to do that. Right now with AI, we have in our platform something called Markets Deep Dive Chatbot. So if I go and click on the chatbot and I will go and say, help me analyze, let's do anything, microphone.
And by the way, guys, those of you that are inside of our Amazon program, you guys don't have access to this. This is being dropped right after this presentation. And so that's why I wanted that's why I said you guys want to show up here, because we're going to be showing you guys a bunch of cool stuff that's getting dropped today. There's 2 AI solutions that are being dropped right after this presentation for you guys. So and it's free of charge for those that are in there. So
Yes, so
get
with
excited.
one click right now, you can see that because we built this chatbot, we put all the criteria that we are using, all our experience, what we need to look for when we are analyzing a product. So there are a couple of phases of analysis. You need to pass the 15 commandments. And after that, you have to analyze the product and see what can make you different and unique so people can give you a chance. With one click, this one will give me the markets, demand, and seasonality of the product and what's the growth in the market. In 2022 was 2.5 billion, and now it's going to grow to 4 billion by 2030. That's 6% of growth. It's going to tell you if it is seasonal or not seasonal. Demand spike during the end of the year. However, you can see year-round demand. They are year-long demand. Demand insights will give you competitors analysis with pictures, what they have in the market. They even give you, if I click here, I have links that I can read and I see where they are selling. I can see their packages. I can see the range, the price range, market position, the gap and opportunity you have in the market, and what's the customer pain points. It used to take me days and nights to do that. Now you can see it and you find all these crazy like complaints, what people complain, and now you have a case to build a new microphone wireless without all these issues, and that will make you unique.
You know, Hind, I think you're being very conservative when you say days. I remember doing this stuff, guys, years ago. I used to have to, first of all, come up with my top 10 competitors, which would take probably about like 4 to 6 hours. Then I would need to go and review every single review that they had that's negative so that way I can improve on my product. This process used to literally take weeks. And now you saw it took him what, seconds just to drop what it is. We have trained this AI to go out there and grab all of the competitor analysis and come put it for you in one sheet that you can review literally within minutes. Then you can come back and say, "Hey, summarize this for me in like a paragraph or whatever," right? And then it can boom, just put everything for you, grab that, and then put it out there. But the thing that I'm most excited about, Hind, I think we've got a differentiation bot as well, right?
Yes, it's here. Same thing if you want to do differentiation. We are short on time. BGK differentiation bot, you click here, and then you will do the same thing. Can you help me? Can you help me differentiate the wireless microphone? I make some spelling, but okay. Spelling mistakes. Oh, retry again. Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. I reach out to the maximum with this one. I need to change this one. Give me 1 second. The plus.
But you guys see how much easier it will get when you implement the stuff for you to, obviously to launch your business, right? And to scale your business, most importantly. It's all about leveraging technology that's available for you right now because a lot of people out there will look at this stuff and say, "Oh my God, my job is getting replaced. Oh my God, I'm going to get replaced. Oh my God, I'm going to get this." And what we always say is your job is not going to get replaced. Your business is not going to get replaced. You're not going to get replaced. What's going to get replaced is people who do not leverage AI will get replaced. And so instead of you kind of sitting in the back and then not doing anything, instead, what you want to do is you want to leverage AI and technology and you want to take this to the next level. And I don't want to take too much time
Yeah,
because I know that we have people here that might want to take off. I really want to make sure that we offer them and show them everything. But what we'll do,
perfect.
guys, is after the top of the hour. So again, our presentation should only go for a couple more minutes. What we'll do is, if you guys want to stay longer, I'll have Hind do a full demo, like a longer demo. She could do this for literally for hours tonight if you guys want to stay on. If you guys want to stay on, we'll do Q&A, we'll do a bunch of demos. And if you guys have products, we'll do product research for you guys, and we'll do product analysis for you guys using this new bot. So if you guys want to do that, stay on. We'll be more than happy to do it. But Hind, want to share your screen? I think I saw secret number 3 there, right?
Yes, secret number 3, it's going to be starting cheaper right now it's safer. So I'm sorry. So now it's the time to start cheaper and faster. It's a lot of people, they think the old way that starting up it's very risky, and starting it's require a lot of money, and we know that from the old model that we need at least 50,000 to 200K and more in order to open a business. And I remember when my husband opened a business before, we spent over 200K. We rented a restaurant, equipment, food costs, and we pay for the franchise. We have employees, and I work, me and my husband, for over a year. And I'm there from 8 o'clock in the morning till 11 at night. We did not make any money the first year while we spending all these expenses. And we're guessing, we don't know 100% if it will work or not. We're just like a business. We want to open a restaurant. We're going to do it. Then we started doing the marketing and doing all of that. However, today you can start and lean on testing, because now you can test your idea, you can check it, you can test the market, you can do some surveys, and you can grow it without a massive upfront cost. So the modern FBA, you can launch it within $6,000 to start. If you have a product cost in a lower cost, like $4 or $5, you order 500 units, 300 to 500 units, you test the market. That's all what you need. And AI does take all the pressure and test the product for you upfront, because now you are not anymore dependent on guesswork, but you're dependent on data. And 90% of what you are going to launch, it's coming from results and from something solid that you have analyzed. So there is no more hope and pray that the product will launch and will be successful. No, there are some strategies and there are some tools and systems behind that launch. So, and I do remember, and that's actually here about the cash. A lot of people, they don't have the money and they don't use the OPM. And I did not know anything about OPM until Bashar, I believe, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, start talking about it. And I'm using OPM all my entire time when I use the business. So here I'm going to talk a little bit about the OPM. So OPM is using some structures that you can use your family, friend, community to fund your business. You can use credit card with 0%. You can use business card, partner with, that they have capital, but they don't have experience. And trust me, there are a lot of people, thousands of people, they do have money sitting in the bank and they don't have idea, or they don't know how to make it work. They are willing to work with you when they see this experience. And friend and family. So when I started my business, I mentioned earlier that I was really in fear and I couldn't launch my product because I don't want to spend my, hardworking money in a product that I don't know if it will work or it doesn't work. And I was there, like really, I did not believe in the system for at least 6 to 8 months. And I decided I need to take a decision. I need to know if I'm going to continue on this business or I need to go and find another job. And the way I decided that, I remember we go vacations like 3 to 4 times a year. And I asked my husband, I am not going to use the money for the vacation this year. I'm planning to use it to buy a product and we can spend the Christmas vacation in here. And we decided, the entire family, they say, okay, they gave me that support. I use my credit card that I will use on the vacation to buy the product and test it. And that was the best experience ever. So this is OPM. I did not know it's called OPM, but I use the bank money and I know 100% that give me security because I'm not touching my money. I will pay it later. So you can launch smarter and start quicker, keeping your risk low while building momentum. And that is what I will say about OPM. Now you don't have to start launching and guessing the work, and you're not anymore in uncertain. This is the best time in life that people, they can launch their products while they know 100% that AI give them an accurate result, because you are not going to miss some information. AI gave you all the information. You just need to read it, analyze it, and it's helping you step by step. We have these tools, we have these resources. That's all about me, Bashar.
I love it. Thank you very much. And one thing I did want to ask you because you started this business without any of your own money. You've generated $6 million so far with this Amazon business, and you started with zero of your own money. You said that when you first started, you took a credit card. It's like, hey, this money we're going to be spending on a vacation anyways. Let me take this money and go start a business with it. But then later to scale your business, I remember you've told me that you brought in an investor who took 40% of your business and then helped you scale. What was your mindset around that? How were you okay with giving up 40% of your business and not having the control and saying, I want to own 100%? How did you like make that connection and say, I'm okay with that?
Yes. So when I launched the first product with the money, the product, I got a really good trust. I trusted myself. I trusted the system. And I believed in the system around that time. I know it's working. I just need to put the work. Then when I launched the second product, third product, my third product really, I was expecting to to do a decent job, and I did really amazing. And around that time, I have a partner that we were talking, and I told them about the business, and if if they are interested, I show them results, I show them that it is working, and they partner with me with $50,000. So we did partnership, and why it's good, I'm not even using my money, so I'm using someone else's money, and I'm going to make 60%. The only thing I will do, I put a fourth. So they are happy too, because this money was going to sit in the bank. They will never make 40% from it.
Yep.
That's how it started. We started with 50K. Then when I launched that product with them, the product should sell in 3 months. I have a really good product with a lot of variations. We ordered, that was my biggest order of 5,300 units. It was half seasonal. That product sold in 15 days. So I reach out on the first week and I say, hey, I have a good news, but I do have something to order. He say, what's going on? I say, well, the product, I'm making over $80,000 in a week. And I'm
Oh.
really happy. However, I ran out of inventory and I need your help. Will you be able to increase the amount of the money? He said, yes, how much you need? I say, well, we need at least another 150,000 or 200K if you want to do with that. He said, yes, move on, because he can see the results. There is validation. I shared with him that this is, that you make money here. I'm not going to just take the money and go back to Morocco. So he trusted me more, and that's how it started. So I ordered more inventory, then we started working like that. It's really helped me to gain the confidence. I would never have that 200K sitting in the bank using it in Amazon. So I use his money while I did only my experience, and that's give me time to grow faster, because I don't have to worry about the capital anymore.
Now, a lot of you guys are listening right now and saying, "Holy shit, I don't have 200,000. Holy shit, I don't have someone that has 200,000." But don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 25. How
I'm
much did you
sorry,
start with then?
I did not know that person when I started,
Right.
the one who will give me 200K. And
Yep.
when we started, he don't want to go for more than 50,000
Yep.
until he saw that it is working. So I have to keep working and reaching out to them.
But then before that, when you started your first business, you started with what, 5K? How much did you start with?
Like the $4,000, the product cost was
$4,000.
almost $2,200. I did a cheap product, four
Exactly.
dollars with 300 units. So it's like that's how I started the business.
So again, yes, she did start with, with she had an investor that invested $200,000 into her store, but that was after she was generating 80 grand. When she started with $3,000 to launch her business. And even that money wasn't her money. It was a credit card. It was other people's money. And so I talk about OPM all the time. And I talk about how it has transformed my life because when I was going through the journey of becoming an entrepreneur, after having lost my restaurant, after being $150,000 in debt, what I realized is that if I just rely on my own money, the businesses, the not the businesses, the jobs that I had, it would take me 15 years just to clear my debt, let alone try to save up for a business. Instead, I heard Robert Kiyosaki talking about a concept called OPM. And he was saying, instead of stop saying I can't afford it, start saying how can I afford it? And that's when I came across OPM. Transformed my life, transformed his life, and it can transform yours. What I want you to get, if you get one thing out of this entire presentation today, would be this. And I want you guys to write this down. Write this down, guys. Do yourself a favor and write this down. Do not allow your bank account hold your dreams back. Stop allowing your bank account hold your dreams back because there's over $334 trillion of circulation at any given moment, and there's 8 billion humans on planet Earth that have that money. And just like Ken said, many people out there have money sitting in the bank. They just don't know what the hell to do with it. If you go to them with an idea, and trust me, I don't care where you are, even if you live in India, if you live in Iraq, I don't care where you are, you know someone that's got $3 to $5, $10,000 that they will be more than happy to put it to work with you and get 5-10% on it year over year. I've got an investment portfolio that I have over $500,000 in. It only gives me about 7.5, 8%. But 7.5, 8% of $500,000 is a lot of money. And I get to do nothing. As Hen said, it was her effort, their money combined together blew up. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, drop a yes in the chat. If that's clicking for you in your mind, drop a yes in the chat. Because I really want you guys to understand this. Okay? So look, we've been together. I promise that we'll be here for about an hour. We've been together for about an hour. We're going to stay on a little bit longer. We're going to answer questions. I'll probably have Hind do a demo for all these tools that we shared with you guys. That said, you have a decision to make right now because we are at a crossroads. Okay? And the reason why you are at a crossroads is because you could take everything that you just saw, the product research tools, the AI thing, this thing, the other thing, and you could say, maybe I'll kind of YouTube my way around it. We've got some free YouTube videos online, and you can kind of try to go do this by yourself. And from personal experience, this will be stressful. This will be painful. It will be expensive. There is no guarantee of results, and it will be long. And I can speak from personal experience because the first 7 businesses that I launched online, Christopher, don't draw on my board, please. The first 7 businesses that I launched online all failed. Okay? The first 7 businesses that I launched online all failed. Why? Because I tried to do it by myself. Because I tried to do it by myself. But the problem was I didn't know what was missing. I didn't know what was the next step. I didn't know what else to do. Because I thought there was 5 steps to a process, but there was really 7. I've never done it before. Or we can do it together. And this is where you combine, or where we combine, our experience of having launched over 12 businesses and our combined experience of over 23 years of selling on Amazon. This is where we will hold you accountable. This is where we'll provide you all the support that you need. This is the most affordable, fastest, and fun. And in fact, one of our core values at BJK University is fun, which is why I know it'll be fun. Because again, one of our core values here is fun. Okay? So look, we will be here for another 30 minutes, doing some demos, answering some questions. Obviously, you've been with us for the last hour, and you can take all this and you can go and try to do it by yourself. But unfortunately, there's not a whole lot that we can offer you here because there's a lot more things than there needs to be for you to be successful. There's a lot more things that we have to show you. You have to get access to all this stuff. You need this, you need that, right? So I got together with Hind and we said, hey, Hind, how can we help everyone that's out there? What can we do for everybody else that's out there? She said, hey, well, you know what? I've got an idea. And so Hind and I put our heads together. And for the very first time, we created a program for you guys that we believe that can help you guys go to the next level. And this works for you if you are not a BJK University member. This also works for you if you are a BJK University member because there is different levels and you can go up in levels. So I want to ask you guys a question. Do I have your permission to take the next 5 to 8 minutes to share with you guys what Hind and I have put together that can potentially help you guys start your Amazon journey, scale your Amazon journey, and get to $100,000 65% faster than everybody else out there? Drop a yes in the chat if I have your permission to spend the next 5 to 8 minutes to sharing with you what we have prepared for you guys. Okay, seeing a bunch of yeses. Okay, great. That's awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you for the very first time. Actually, before I do, can I get some drum roll in the chat, please? I want some drum roll. Who's going to drop some drum roll for me? Drum roll in the chat, please. Simon, let's go. Who else? Who else? I got to get a few of you guys. Eduardo, let's go. Ola, all right, let's go get it. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time, I'd like to introduce to you what we like to call the AI Amazon Seller Certification Program. The AI Amazon Seller Certification Program. Okay. Very first time we're doing this. Now, what does this program include? Well, what you get with this program is number one, you get a 12 sprint on-demand videos execution sprint to launch your first product in 12 weeks. You start today, 12 weeks from today, you will have your product launched live generating money. And that alone is valid at $5,997. Number two, that's actually what it looks like for the first 12 weeks. So week number one, we build your foundations. We create your business. We open your seller's account. We get you going. Week number two, we start doing product research. Week number three, we work on designing your product. Week number four, we create your listing. Week number five, we place your order with your supplier. Week number six, we create your PPC campaigns. Week number seven, we create images and finalize your listing. Between week number 8 and week number 12, we get your product launched on Amazon. Okay? So that's what it looks like the next 12 weeks. The second thing that you'll get is 180-day support. I see Aina in here. I don't know if Joseph is here with us, but I know Aina is here. I know she's here I saw her earlier. You get 180 days of support. And what that looks like is you get a community of over 6,000 other human beings that are on the same journey as you are, and that is financial independence and time freedom. Okay? And these people will all be there with you, helping you go to the next level. There will be live Q&A sessions. I think right now we host 2 or 3 per week. Don't quote me on that. Different time zones because we have people from all over the world. And you will have a place where you can ask your questions and get answers immediately. Not just from our coaches, but also from the 6,000 other members that are in this community. And that alone is valid at $4,997. The third thing that you get is 6 months of unlimited one-on-one coaching. Imagine, let me ask you guys all a question. Imagine if Hind, who's generated $6 million with their Amazon store, is your one-on-one coach. You can have unlimited one-on-one calls with her anytime you want for the next 6 months. How many here agree that you, my friend, will be able to succeed by having a multi-millionaire as your coach? When I first started, I did not have a Hind. I had some dude in a tank top driving a Lamborghini, and he sold me some shitty course, but that taught me everything that I knew, and I've perfected it over the last 6 months. If I had Hind, I would probably be worth 10 times what I'm worth right now. And on the left side, this is Lorraine, a veteran, an entrepreneur. Prior to launching her Amazon business, she's launched and sold multi 6 and 7-figure businesses, and now she's got a multi 6-figure Amazon business and is one of our coaches. Either one of them will be your coach. And that alone is valid at $9,000. So when you join us today, you'll have 3 things. Number one, 12-week sprint, on-demand videos, plus execution sprints to launch your first product in the next 12 weeks. And that's valid at $5,907. 180-day support. You get access to our community, our weekly live Q&As, and that's valid at $4,997. And 6 months of unlimited one-on-one coaching. Does that sound exciting? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, hell yeah, bro, that sounds exciting as hell. And this is valid at $19,994. But we're not done. Because when you join today, you get 8 fast action bonuses. Let me say that one more time. When you join today, you get 8 fast action bonuses. So what are those fast action bonuses? Number one, remember earlier, I think it was Nate in the chat. He said our 15 commandments. This is a 15-item checklist that I learned 10 years ago, and I perfected for the first 3-4 years, and then Hind and everybody else came and perfected and made it even better. And this one is responsible for launching over 5,000 profitable products on Amazon over the last decade. Just think about that. Just think about how valuable this is. And a 15-item checklist that's responsible for launching 5,000 profitable products on Amazon. Wouldn't you agree that just this alone will help you a ton? Drop a yes in the chat if you agree. This alone is valid at $1,997. Number two, you get a product profit calculator. Figure out exactly how much money you will profit today, not 10 years from now, not 2 decades from now, today. Before you invest a single dollar into an Amazon product, you know exactly how much it's going to cost you, how much money Amazon is going to take, how much profit is going to come to your bank account, all that stuff. That's valid at $14.97. Product analysis webinars. This is where you get on a call with our coaches where they'll review your product because you're like, okay, I got the product criteria, but before I go and invest money, what if it's not good? What if it doesn't work? Can I get a coach to look at it? Yes. We have specific webinars where we jump on a call with you and we will analyze your product for you to make sure that it fits the criteria, to make sure it's differentiated correctly, so that way you go and launch without any doubt. And that alone is valid at $2,497. Bonus number four, you get a VIP product package. You get our VIP product package. So here's the thing. 80% of this business, how many here have heard of the 80-20 principle? Drop a yes in the chat if you've heard of the 80-20 principle. What the 80-20 principle is, it says, what is the 20% of work that you can focus on that will generate you 80% of the result? In anything that you do in life, there is 20% of something that you focus on that generates you 80% of the result. So for example, when you go to exercise, if you want to get healthier, 80% of the work is really done in the kitchen. And that's 20% of the effort. If you put that 20%, you'll get 80% of the result, which is better body, whatever, your effort, your desired outcome. In Amazon, the 80% is finding a product. If you focus on that, if you focus 20% of your effort on finding a product, you'll get 80% of the result. Well, here's what we're going to do for you. You will get this included in this program. Imagine Hind and Lorraine, our coaches, out there finding a product for you. Imagine a multi-millionaire seller finding a product for you, but not just that. They will also find a supplier for you. I know earlier someone asked in the chat, hey, what about a supplier? Do I get a list of suppliers? Yes, we will find a supplier for you. We will negotiate the prices on your behalf. We will create your listing. Okay? We will vet everything for you. We will create your listing. We will create your PPC camp, all of it ready to roll. And this alone is valid at $9,997. Bonus number five, we will create your PPC campaigns because you need to launch that product. You need PPC campaigns. This is like advertising. We will set up your campaigns for you. Obviously, in the program, we'll teach you how to do it, but here we'll set it up for you. And you will get our BJKU chatbot. This is a bot that we have built, not what Hind showed you right now. Hind what showed you right now, it's different. But we have built a chatbot with about 7 years of questions. We went through our entire community, over 5,000 posts. We scraped everything. We went through the entire course, downloaded everything. We installed it in this bot, and we trained it and trained it and trained it. It took hours and tens of hours. Estuardo, our head of tech, is here, and I know he probably grew a few gray hairs because of it, right? We trained it and trained it and trained it. And now it's available for you to get access to it 24/7, 365. You live in Dubai and it is 8 a.m. your time and you want to get to work and find products, but it's, I don't know what time. Let's just say it's 4 a.m. for Hind. Well, Hind is sleeping. You post a question, Hind is not going to see it until 2, 3, 4 hours later. Well, guess what? You go to this bot and it's like talking to Hind. It's like having Hind and literally on your phone 24/7. How many here believe just this is more valuable than anything? Drop a yes in the chat if like, bro, can I just get this? How many are like, hell yeah, like, let's go. Just give me this thing right here. Because I know for me, just that is like, dude, what the hell? And this alone is valid as $19.97. Bonus number 7. Remember what I said earlier, the free course? You get a free course that we just literally finished building. That is just being released. Actually, I think it's not even live yet. It's being released in like the next 24 or 48 hours. We have curated about 4 to 6 methods that will teach you to make your first dollar in the first 30 days. So yes, we're going to help you launch your first private label product in the next 12 weeks. But this course is going to teach you how to make your first dollar online in the next 30 days. We've got like half a dozen different methods that you can leverage to make money without investing anything. Okay? And that is valid at $497. And last but not least, you get a ticket to our 2-day in-person event in Miami. How many have been to those events? Drop a me in the chat. I saw Aina. I saw a few of you guys that have been there. Drop me. So Hind, obviously. Luca, yes. Aina, yes. Awesome. Very cool. Not yet, but soon. Let's go. All right. Awesome. Well, those of you that have been to those know what a blast they are. And Aina, I think you're here somewhere in one of those pictures. Let me see where you are. Oh, there you are. You're right here. Where's Luca? Let me see. Did we? Oh, Luca's not here. No, Luca's here. Luca's right here behind me. Look at me. Look how goofy I look. Let's see. Where else? Who else can see their face in here? Is Josh here? No, Josh is not here. So we host those once a quarter. Okay. And these are awesome. These are just amazing time. We all come together. We have a great time. We have some of the best that Miami has to offer and food and everything. This right here is actually at the clubhouse in my home. It's a beautiful place. It's a 2-story clubhouse where we rent for 2 days and just have a blast. It's right on the intercoastal. It's a beautiful view you can see right here. It's an awesome thing. And we go to dinner at night. We just have a blast. It's just a blast. Honestly, I would join the program just to get access to these things because just this is like another thing, right? Another level. Okay. So this is everything that you get here today when you join. Number one, 12-week sprint. How to launch your product in the first 12 weeks, $5,997. 180-day support, access to our community and our in-person Q&A sessions. Number three, 6 months of unlimited one-on-one coaching, valid at $9,000. Bonus number one, 15 commandment checklist, 15-item checklist that's responsible for launching over 5,000 products. Number two, product profit calculator. Before you invest a single dollar, you know exactly how much you're going to make. Bonus number three, product analysis webinars. You jump on with a coach, they'll analyze your product, give you a green light, or no, go change this or whatnot. Bonus number four, VIP product package. We will find the product for you. We will create your listing. We'll find a supplier. We'll negotiate on your behalf. We'll create the listing. We'll create your PPC campaigns, all that stuff. Bonus number six, you get our bot that provides you support 24/7. That's valid at $19.97. You get a free course, first sale within 30 days, $497, and ticket to our in-person event, valid at $2,500. Honestly, these tickets sometimes even go as high as $5,000. And we're including it all there for you. All for a value, total value, not the price. That's not what we're charging. It's the value. We are putting that value on it. $43,673. And if you're asking, how and why, where did you come up with this number? 43 grand. Why would you price it that much? Well, let me show you one thing. Hind, who's generated $6 million with her Amazon store. Wouldn't you agree that for her, paying 43 grand would have been worth it? Again, not what she paid, not what this program is cost, but wouldn't you agree that knowing if you were Hind and 4 years from now, you know, guaranteed you're gonna generate 6 million. Wouldn't you agree that 43 grand would be worth it? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, yeah. What is that, like a 50x or 75,000x? Right? Well, that's not how much the program is. We thought, hey, what if we charge 35 grand for it? Would it be worth it? Again, not how much we're charging, but we thought, hey, what if we did? A lot of money, but not to James. Because James has generated $1.8 million with his Amazon business. This was in June of this year. He flew all the way from the UK. He's British from the UK. He flew all the way to Miami. We met in person. We had some steaks together. And I gave him his 7-figure club plaque. Now, if you are James and you've generated 1.8 million, wouldn't you agree that paying 35 grand is worth it? Drop a yes in the chat if you would agree. Again, not the price, not what we're charging, but wouldn't you agree that it would be worth it? We thought, what if we charged 25,000? Well, another James, this is James Vaughn. That was James Parr. This is James Vaughn. James Vaughn, where is James Vaughn from? I can't remember. I don't know where he's from originally, but I think he lives in
California.
California. Okay, cool. California. Awesome. Thank you, Aina. Appreciate it. James Vaughn generated $787,000 with his Amazon store. In fact, he was able to take his kids and his wife on their dream trip, which was spending a week in Paris, all paid for by the profits of his Amazon business. and now he's building a college fund for his daughter to go to school, so that way she doesn't have to pay anything for her school. But again, 25,000 is not what we're charging for this program. Although we can, and although we should, and although it's worth it, but 25,000 is not what we're going to be charging for this program. Now, who's ready to know how much this program actually cost? It's not cheap, but it's not 25,000. Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, yes, give me, show me the money. How much is this thing? Show me the money. Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Maybe I want to get in. Maybe I don't want to get in. I don't know, but I want to know. All right. You ready for it? You ready for it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, to join this program today, it is called the Amazon VIP program. This is called the Amazon VIP program. It is, you've got to get on a call with our team, actually. In order for you to be accepted to join this program, you have to join a call with our team and get screened before you enroll. And everyone that is part of our program understands what this means. Drop a yes in the chat if you once joined that call and you once went through the screening process. You know exactly what I mean. Here is why. A couple of reasons. Number one, we don't allow anyone to come in. Just because you have a card in hand that has money doesn't mean you can get in. Even if you're like, Bashar, I've got $43,000. Here's the card, charge it. I don't care. You still can't come in. Okay? Our goal is to create more Hinds. Our goal is to create more James. That's our goal. And in order for us to do that, we have to make sure that you are a fit for our program. So what we've done is we have made slots available on our team's calendars for the next 48 to 72 hours, where you can get on a call with someone on our team that will ask you some questions. They will figure out where you are right now, where you want to go, and then they will see if we can help you and if you are fit to join our program. And if you are fit to join our program, they will extend an invite. But a word of caution, that extension, that invite won't be available for too long. Usually those invites are only available on the call. Once you get off the call, then the invite goes to someone else. And here's something else. We're only taking on 12 people. Okay? Today's Monday. Today's Monday, December 1st. We're only opening this until Sunday, the 7th or whatever the day is. I don't know what it is. I think it's the 7th, right? Yep. So only December 7th or 12 people. So whichever comes first. If we enroll 12 people by Wednesday, then that's it. We close it. If 12 people don't enroll until Sunday, cool, we'll open until Sunday. Okay? So what I want you to do, if you want to see if you qualify for this program, I want you to find the link in the chat. I believe someone from our team should have dropped the link in the chat. Right? Someone dropped the link? I don't see a link. Guys, did we drop a link? Eduardo, can you drop a link in the chat? If you there's a link in the chat, click on it and go join that. Fill out a short survey. Actually, I'm going to click on it and then just walk you guys through this. So why do you want to become an AI Amazon seller? Let's say this was me 10 years ago. Financial freedom. How much would you like to make per month 12 months from now? I wanted to make between $6,000 to $10,000. How much money do you currently make per month? At the time, I was making between $3,000 to $5,000. Why have you not been able to accomplish this goal? Lack of proper knowledge and guidance. That was for me. What is your current financial ability to make your goal a reality? I didn't have money to invest in my business, but I knew that I can tap into OPM. So I would click, I have access. If you're accepted to join, when are you able to start? Let's go right now. All right, so I would put my name. I would put my phone number. This is not my phone number, so don't try to call it. This is my email. If you guys want to email me, that's fine. No, wait, that's not it. bjkuniversity.com. There you go. Boom, submit. Awesome. And then from here, you would go to book a call. So let's say I'm going to book one on Wednesday. Eduardo, let's make sure we cancel my call. And then you just, so my name, it's all here. My phone number. Okay. Schedule event. What's happening here? United States. So make sure you choose the country. Okay, cool. All right. And then from here, you're going to see that you're going to go to this page. Make sure that you watch this video. And then I did a podcast with Hind. Make sure you watch it. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get sent a, I would check out all the stuff. You know, some of, this was actually here in my, this is James. This is Hind. Um, you're going to get an email from our team. And telling you that, hey, show up at this time. Make sure you bookmark that time, and just understand if you can't make it or you book a call and you don't show up, because we're only allowing 12 spots. We're going to be very strict on, like, if you can't make it and then you cancel the call, your call will be canceled and you won't be allowed to reschedule again. Right? So you want to make sure that you book a time that you're going to show up for sure, and you show up on time. Okay. Now I saw some people in the chat talking about, hey, I'm already part of BJK University. Does this apply to me? If you are an Amazon mentorship program, if you are an accelerator, this is the VIP program, guys. So you guys all know about the VIP. This is the VIP program. We've added more onto it, and then we're offering it at a discount right now for Black Friday and for Cyber Monday. So I would highly recommend that you guys, if you want to be part of the VIP program, this is your chance, because it used to be double what the tuition is for. So this is the VIP program. Okay. I would highly recommend, if you guys are an Amazon mentorship program or accelerator, you probably want to upgrade to this as well. And this is only available until Sunday. Yeah. Now, listen, if you guys just want the certification program, so you're like, I don't want all the bells and whistles. I don't want the one-on-one mentorship. I don't want the ticket to come to Miami. I don't want to do all that. I just want to learn how to sell on Amazon. I just want to learn how to launch my first product in the next 12 weeks. I just want to do that. That's totally cool. We have a second offer for you guys, and what you get with it is you get the 12-week sprint. So on-demand videos and execution sprint to launch your first product in 12 weeks. You also get the 180-day support, which is the community, live classes, all that stuff. And that is valid at $10,994. And we're going to give you 5 bonuses with that. So the 15 commandments, which is our checklist to launch your product, a product profit calculator. So to know exactly how much it costs and how much you need and how much money you're going to make and all that stuff. Also product analysis webinars. So you're going to get that from our coaches. You're going to get our AI bot, the 24-hour support, and you get the free course that will help you, make your first dollar in the first 30 days. And that's valid at $19,479. And again, if you want to join it, you got to get on a call. So for our students, this is AMP, this is VIP. Okay, our students, you guys know what's going on. This is Amazon mentorship program. This is our VIP program. Okay. And again, guys, those of you that are in our AMP program, if you guys want to upgrade to VIP, this is your chance. We've added a lot of stuff and we've reduced the price. Okay. For only now, for this week until Sunday. So you guys want to jump on it if you guys want to check it out. Okay. Click the link in the chat. Go book your call. But this is what we've got for you guys. 2 options. I would lean towards option number 1. And don't worry about if you can or cannot afford the tuition. Why? Why do we not want to worry about if we can't afford it? What is the 3 letters that we need to know? 3 letters. OPM. Exactly. Other people's money. That's right. Other people's money. Absolutely. All right. That's what we want to focus on. When I first started my journey 10 years ago, I was $150,000 in debt. I did not have money to invest in my business, money to invest in mentorship, money to launch anything. That said, if I had relied on the 2 jobs that I had at the time, it would have taken me 15 years just to clear my debt. 15 years. However, in half of the time, I cleared my debt and I generated $37 million online. How did I do that? Because I said, the heck with my bank account, the heck with the debt, I'm going to leverage OPM. Here's the thing, guys. We all leverage OPM just the wrong way. Let me say that one more time. We all leverage OPM. How many here has a credit card? Drop a yes in the chat if you have a credit card. Drop a yes in the chat if you've leased a car, you've bought a house. Drop a yes in the chat if you've taken out a loan to go to school. Well, all these are methods of leveraging OPM. Unfortunately, those are all the wrong way of leveraging OPM. And I know some of you are going to argue with me and say, no, but my college degree was worth it. No, but buying a house was worth it. Sure, but I need a car. I get it. But none of those actually generate you monthly passive income, do they? I know for me, they don't. I bought a $400,000 Rolls Royce a couple of years back. And let me tell you, that thing was a beast and it was beautiful. I was paying about $5,000 a month. It wasn't making me any money. Now, that said, I bought it as a tax deduction and I deducted the whole 400,000 from my taxes year one and it saved me 180 grand. But then beyond that, it wasn't making me any money. Was it not for the tax benefit, it was just cool on the street. But, with gas, with insurance, with all that, it was like $6,500 a month. Stupid. I put 180 grand down payment, but it saved me another 180 and I came out of it with about another 50 in my pocket. So it was cool, right? The house that you live in. Yes, I know. You're like, but it has equity. Sure. But you're also paying, by the time the 30-year mortgage is done, you've paid double the amount of the house. And houses don't really double in that long. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. What about all the repairs? What about the new roof they had to put in? What about the new driveway? What about the plumbing? What about this? What about that? Right? Where with this business, you saw Hind leveraged OPM. She took a credit card, she swiped it, she launched her business.